Oh, please join this live, y'all. Please join this live. If you're a parent, if you're a coach, please join this live. Because I got some questions that I need answered. So I hope that somebody can get in on this live and we can have a live discussion. Because we got to talk about this. And it ain't even really about the game. It's not even about the game. It is literally about coaches and how they talk to students or players. The things that's being said, stuff that shouldn't be said to a student nor a player. These are somebody's babies that's out here. And you got coaches out here calling children out of their names, calling them stupid or slow, calling them the B word, B-I-T-C-H. What coach in high school gets to call somebody else's child that word? I don't care if you ever played in the NFL, if you played in college. You don't get to talk to nobody's child like that. So parents, I got a question for y'all. Are y'all okay with a coach at your child's school calling them slow or stupid or a bitch? Are you okay with that? I just overheard about a coach that played in the NFL and that played for OU that talked to his players like this. And you think that's going to motivate them? You think that's going to help them? Nah, man, you're not a coach. You're trying to live your life vicariously through these students, through these players, because your career is over. And yeah, I'm talking about you, Rufus Alexander, because I don't approve of the way that you talk to these kids. As a coach, you're supposed to lift them up. You're supposed to lift them up. You're supposed to encourage them. You're supposed to push them in the right direction. I don't like that, and that's to any coach, whether it's at Putnam City North, Putnam City West, whatever school it is. That is not cool. That's not cool at all. You overstepping your boundaries. Some of y'all may not like the video. That's cool. No, this ain't from him. This is from other people that was in the stands that I overheard this stuff about you. You wrong, man. You wrong. If you have kids, you wrong. You are wrong for that mess. And we need to stand up for stuff like this. We need to stand up and be against stuff like this. Stuff like this cannot keep on going on. We can't be silent about stuff like this. We've been silent about a lot of stuff that we have seen as players, as coaches. No, we're not going to be silent about this. You don't get to talk to nobody's student or nobody's child that way. You need to check yourself. And if there's a head coach that's allowing this, you need to check yourself too. Because you got kids too. If your coaches is out of order, then you need to correct them as the head. That's just like at home. When there's stuff going at home, you correct your children. You don't belittle them. You don't tear them down. You don't make them feel less than. When you see a problem, you're supposed to fix the problem. You're not supposed to be a part of the problem. I don't understand, man. You became a coach to uplift students, to uplift players, to steer them in the right direction. Yet still you out here talking to kids like they grown folks. And that's wrong. And I'm going to say what I got to say, man. This is wrong. If you see any coach out there talking to your child disrespectfully, now I ain't talking about like, stuff that we see coaches do on a normal basis. But if you see a coach out there yanking your child around, cussing them out and pushing them and all of that stuff, hey, stand up for your child. Stand up for that child. They need to see us that's sitting in the stands And us that's paying to go to these games to watch our children, they need to see us stand up for them. Because these coaches ain't allowing them to have a voice. These coaches are telling them to shut up and just listen. Stay in your lane, stay in your position. Well, these kids got voices too. Because when they grow up, and they're growing up right now, they're going to recognize who was for them and who was against them. And you ain't going to be one of them if you want tearing them down. You're going to be one that they tell everybody about. You're going to be one that they say, nah, man, he ain't no coach. He tear down kids. He didn't uplift me. He didn't steer me in the right direction. He might have saw potential in me, but he tore me down more than he actually lifted me up. Whenever I made a mistake, he made sure that I knew about the mistake, and he pushed me down even more with the mistake instead of saying, you know what, you made a mistake. Pick your head up and try again. You got this. Instead of making them feel like they slow, making them feel like they stupid. No, you're not stupid, son. You're not stupid, daughter. You're more than a conqueror. You're an overcomer. You can overcome this. They need motivation. They need motivation. These kids don't need to be torn down. You don't know what they're going through at home. You don't know what's going on at home. You could be the problem at school, and this could be their outlet at school to some stuff that they're dealing with at home. But you're making it hard for them to even want to come to school or even want to play on the team because you don't encourage them. You don't push them. You don't motivate them. You don't uplift them. You do more tearing down than anything. And then you try to close out practice or close out a game with a motivational speech. It don't work like that. As a coach, you are a mentor. You are a leader. You are somewhat of a father to these children, a father figure. You might be all they got. Maybe their own daddy can't even make it to the game. Maybe their mama can't make it to the game. Maybe their family can't make it to the game. This might be all the family that they know. You don't know. Because have you spent time to talk with your students? Have you got to know your players? Do you know anything about them besides the position that they play and what their grades are? Do you know anything about them? Coaches. Don't call yourself a coach or a leader if you can't really step up to the plate and do what a coach is supposed to do, because that's what it is, a coach, a life coach, a basketball coach, a football coach, a math coach, a science coach, a motivational coach. But nah, we got too many coaches that tear people down coaches. Kick them while they already down type of coaches. Call a child out their name type of coaches. Steer them the wrong way coaches. And you get upset about a game. Don't blame the kids. Blame yourself. Poor coaching. Maybe if you were more motivational and pushing them and encouraging them and hyped up on the sideline, even when they is losing a game or they down 14 points. Maybe if you got hyped, they would get hyped. Stop waiting till the last minute. Hey man, I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. I hope and pray that this reaches the right people. Coaches, I'm not shooting you down, okay? I'm just saying, man, we got to do better as people, as coaches, as leaders, as mentors, as life coaches, as principals, as counselors, as teachers. What are you teaching these kids? As pastors, as motivational speakers, as parents, because some of them coaches out there got kids too. But we need to be the difference maker. Maybe that's the way that you learned, that's the way coaching is, because you grew up in that era. Well, if you look around you, there's so many children dying every day. Parents as well. But there's so many children dying every day. From drugs, from alcohol, from stuff that they dealing with that they ain't told nobody about because they ain't got nobody to go and talk to. They ain't got nobody that understands them. So I encourage you, coaches, get to know your players, your students. Get to know them on a whole new level. And let's stop doing what was done to us when we was young. And let's do something different as grown-ups. Proverbs 22:6 says, train a child up in the way that they should go, and when they get older, they will not depart from it. What does that mean? Train up these players in the way that they should go, and when they get older, or when they get out there on the field, they will not depart from it. Or when they get out on the court, they will not depart from it. Train them up. Get out there with them. Show them better than you tell them or holler at them. Stop yanking them around and stuff. Why don't you get down in a down position and show them how it's done? Sit down with them, beside them. Hey, son, let me help you with this. I see you did this on this play. Let me talk to you one-on-one, not around everybody else. Again, man, I hope y'all receive this message. You know, please share the video and share it to another parent or another coach, another father. Share it to another student, because we need to do this for them. I love y'all. Blessings to y'all. Knowledge.